I did want to say that just this last week, Anchorage held an election that was vote by mail, entirely vote by mail, and I want to just talk a little bit about that for a moment. The last mayor's election 3 years ago which was quite controversial, had just under 50,000 people vote in it. This mayoral election is just shy of 80,000 people, an increase of almost 30,000 people. It was a completely vote-by-mail campaign. I voted from down here, as did my wife Sarah, and others I know also voted. And I wanted just to talk a little bit about the experiences people conveyed to me about that vote-by-mail campaign. First, that they had time to sit down as a family, discuss the ballot, talk about the ballot, which I think has ramifications for how we can educate children about voting and about the process. Certainly this could be integrated into a school classroom curriculum, the whole idea of a 3-week period where you review the ballot, you discuss the issues before the ballot. Second, if I may just read for a moment from an article in the Juneau Empire. This is from Sunday's Juneau Empire by James Brooks, and I've asked permission from the Senator from Kodiak to read some of his comments that are in here. But state elections officials have already been asking the obvious question. If it worked for Anchorage, could it work for the rest of the state? Quote, I think it very well might, said Senator Gary Stevens, Republican Kodiak, and a member of the state's elections policy task force. Quote, if half of our population is voting by mail and it's a good experience, why wouldn't the rest of the state want to do that? End quote. And I read that quote not simply because I'm honored that the senator from Kodiak paid attention to Anchorage's elections, but because this is a good question to be asking. If we can increase voter turnout and involve more people in the process, I think that benefits all of us, whether in Mat-Su or in the Fairbanks area, in rural Alaska, or even in urban Alaska like Anchorage. So with that, I just thank you for letting me talk about it. It's in the mail.